The initial concept of marriage was to protect the woman staying at home to raise the kids. Now, I don't disagree with that though. So, like for example, the problem is the marriage law is black and white when there needs to be a fuck ton of gray in there. Most things are like that though. For some reason, no one dives into the nuance of anything, right? So okay, so put it this way. Here's the best fucking example. The girl that I'm with right now doesn't cause problems, no drama, cooks for me, does things when I ask her, saves me time from having to go to the club, like etc. She's doing what a good partner should do. Cooks me fucking low carb desserts and all that shit. Now, what does she get in return? I pay for fucking everything, take her on trips. If she comes to me with like some weird problem about like her ISP is charging her an extra $5 a month, I'll call them and fucking take care of it. She doesn't have to worry about taking care of things she has no expertise in. I take care of fucking everything, right? Now, that's quite functional, isn't it? Now, the idea there is, if we were married and to have kids together, the what's supposed to happen is she continues to do all this stuff while I can go make enough money for two people. Because usually, I think it's still true, but a man has greater capacity to make more money than a woman does, unless she does OnlyFans or some shit. That's kind of the exception. But even then, a man usually has greater capacity to make more money because we can work longer, we can work riskier jobs like oil rigging, fucking underwater welding, shit that pays big fucking money. We can do that, right? Like sewage and like that kind of stuff, right? So if two people are together in a marriage, you would want the woman to stay home, have kids, and take care of all like the menial shit, like cook, clean, fucking laundry, and that's not like a sexism thing. It's a logical thing because the guy can make more money than both of you can. So a guy working 16 hours can make more money than two of you working 8 and 8. Right? That's just common logical sense, right? Now the initial idea of marriage was that if she's doing all these things and taking care of the kids, she is losing the ability to make more money on her own by not upgrading her skill sets, etc. That's true, right? That makes perfect sense. So if you were to get divorced, she is kind of entitled to half of the gains that you made because you made those gains while she was doing all this shit. Now, if that's the case, I totally agree with that personally, because you wouldn't have made those gains without her, right? So, for example, the girl that I'm with right now, I wouldn't have made the gains in the last 2 years if I wasn't with her. I'd be going and chasing tail every fucking weekend, not building the course, not fucking building my brand. I'd be too obsessed with where my next lay is going to come from, right? So in essence, even though she's costing me money by taking her on all these trips, I'm paying for her fucking Japan trip and all that shit, she's still making me more money by just being a sweet girl. Right? So I'm trying to I'm not going to marry her though, but I'm trying to reward her by her being sweet, by her saving me the time and allowing me to build my business, right? It's very functional, very functional, right? Now, the problem is what's not working now is, let's say she gets poisoned by all of her friends and family and she has to leave. And then I go to plan B, C, D, or E or whatever. That person that I just, like, let's say I go to the club this weekend and I meet somebody. That person didn't earn it. They have no right to anything. I built it. And yet the government says if I marry them, they would get half of all of the work that this girl did. Does that make sense? How the fuck is that fair? So like, this girl put in 2 years of me allowing me to build my business, and some other girl gets the benefit of that because she like mentally swindled me into marrying her. Not a fucking chance. This girl deserves it, right? That's the fucking paradox of the entire fucking situation, right? Anyway, that's why marriage is fucking. So the more successful you become, the more impossible marriage becomes, right?